Hello everyone and greetings from Cologne, Germany. Introduced to the top university of Germany.
We did a lot of effort into updating our product portfolios.
Real projects, real insights, real work experience. If any student has low IELTS pen score, if it is 5.5, still he can apply or not.
We offer these English taught programs at one of the biggest campuses that we have. The IT sector in Germany, there's a very high demand for skilled people. Over 80% of our graduates actually find a job within 3 months.
Also, we have a program named Buddy Program.
Our goal is to give a reply within 48 hours.
Hello everyone and greetings from Cologne, Germany. Today I am here to introduce to the top university of Germany, that is Hochschule Fresenius. Fresenius University of Applied Sciences. Yes, you heard it right. Applied Sciences, that means real projects, real insights, real work experience. And today we are here with Mr. Yates, sir, and he will be representing Hochschule Fresenius for our students and our community. So, sir, how are you doing?
I'm doing very fine. We're very happy to have you here.
Thank you so much, dear sir. So, first of all, let me tell you that our students are really loving the programs that we have for Bachelors, Masters, and Studienkolleg, and more of our Indian students will love to join the campus for the same. And that is the only reason we are over here.
And we would love to have them, no doubt. So we did a lot of effort into updating our product portfolio. So you'll find that we have a lot of different bachelor and master programs to choose from. We offer these English taught programs, which are approximately around 20 currently. Next year, we'll launch new ones, of course. We offer them in 8 different locations. And today we're here in Cologne.
Cologne,
one of the biggest campuses that we have, with around 3,000 students studying here, I would say. But we also have a campus in Hamburg, Berlin, in Idstein, in Munich, you name it. So there are 8 different locations.
Perfect. So, Jens, the first question that our Indian students had is, we provide programs for Studienkolleg, Bachelors, and Masters. 3 of the programs are here. So let us start with the Masters program first. So what different type of Masters program do the Fresenius provide?
In various fields. It can be a technical field. We offer IT programs, international engineering, for example. We have a brand new program in collaboration with SAP, which we offer in Heidelberg.
Very impactful.
Very impactful, especially since SAP is investing a lot in India currently. You might have read it on the news. So these are programs in the tech IT field that we have. We also have design programs which run under the label of AMD, where we teach fashion design, for example. And we're very, very strong in the natural sciences. So that's where this university was founded.
Yes.
In 1848, so over 175 years ago, in Idstein. It's our founding campus, where we have programs in biomedicine, for example, or pharmaceutical subjects, for example. So that's where you will find that these are taught in English. There are not many other, actually no other competitor in the private sector that I know of that offer these kind of programs in English. So there's a huge demand for those. That's where we have our laboratories. And since the students have to work in a lab, right, we have, of course, only limited capacities. So we cannot, in a business program, you can just have a second room, hire new teachers, easy. Not here, because we would first have to expand our lab capacity. So if you're interested in such a program, my recommendation is sign up
as early as soon as possible.
As soon as possible. Seats are closed very quickly. Yes. And of course, we have a lot of programs in the field of management, right?
Yes.
We have an MBA. We have a very exciting program in the field of luxury management, for example, which we do in collaboration with Louis Vuitton, for example, and other big shop companies in the luxury field. We have marketing, business, e-commerce and logistics, for example. Here in Cologne, for example, you have the biggest UPS hub. So graduates here also have huge opportunities to find a job later on in that sector. So yeah, as you can see, we have a lot to offer.
I would also love to add that yesterday when we were having dinner, the film expert, he also got attracted towards the program of luxury management. He even asked me, so that what are the requirements? I want to study over there. So, my dear sir, I have a query that any Indian student who is looking forward to study their masters in this prestigious campus, what profile, what admission requirements he should like?
They need a passing grade in their previous bachelor's degree, depending on the program, always at least 180 credit points in
3 years of bachelor's.
That is 3 years of bachelor's. In MBA, that is a 1-year program, for example, you need 240 credit points, so a little more. So it's a 4
years of
bachelor's, exactly, plus work experience. But that's the only program where we require work experience.
How many years?
1 year.
1 year work experience.
Again, compared to other universities that might be asking for 2. In France, they're asking for 3 now. So you can see here it's only 1 year. So it's also a very attractive program. We offer that as a 1 year or 1.5-year program. And generally, a passing grade is sufficient. You need to have a good, decent language level of English. So an IELTS of 6.0 is good enough to be admitted. And your university where you graduated from needs to be listed as a so-called H+
On the ANABEN portal.
On the ANABEN portal. And if it's a recognized university by the German state, then the student can be admitted.
So I have a query, and many students in India, because when we apply to Germany, especially at your institute, the first query is that they are really much attracted towards 1 year of program that Hochschule Fresenius provide. But in India, the bachelors that we have in BBA and in BCom, it's 3 years of bachelors. So can that students can apply for the MBA like with 3 years of bachelors, and what work experience should they have
Yes.
to apply for the 1 year MBA?
For the 1.5-year MBA.
MBA they will be eligible.
Not for the 1-year MBA.
Okay.
We can credit work experience with 30 credit points.
Okay.
That's how we can
So
do it.
1 year of work experience will be
Equivalent to 30 credit points. So 180 plus 30. It's good enough for the 1.5-year MBA, but not for the 1 year because you have to have 240.
okay. So if a student from India has 3 years of bachelors and 2 plus work experience,
No, that won't work. We cannot give more than 30 credits. So 1 year 30, 2 years is not 60. That unfortunately does not work.
Okay.
But again, I always advise 1 year is not a lot of time. When you come to a foreign country and study, you need to settle, you need to get accustomed to the new culture and everything, and you also want time to learn German language, which is integrated into our courses. It's face-to-face teaching by a teacher in a classroom. It's not like, here's an online tool.
Yes.
Study by yourself, right? No, that doesn't work. So it's integrated into the curriculum, right? The more German you know by the end of your graduation, the more chances you have on finding a job, right? So that's why the longer you stay and study, the easier it is for you later on to find a job. And 1 year is really not much time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when we go through the admission process, when we apply, if any student has low IELTS pen score, if it is 5.5, still he can apply or not for the program?
Yes, he or she can apply. And the offer letter that we would issue is
Conditional offer.
under the condition that they hand in a sufficient IELTS result.
Okay. So again, they need to appear for the IELTS exam.
They have to, otherwise the visa would also get rejected, right?
Yeah, definitely. And also in our application process, after the application, there is also a short interview, which is definitely held from the Fresenius University.
That is correct. This is not a test situation. It's an opportunity for us and for the student to
For interaction.
interaction. I think making a decision on where to study and what to study should be based on a consultation session with one of our study advisors. And it's a good opportunity to, ask a lot of questions. And for us, it's important to see how good is the language level? What motivates the student? What are their goals, right? And then we give the advice that they require.
Perfect. And also, many students, Indian students, visits the website. Our website, it's written that Hochschule Fresenius has so many tie-ups with the industries, so because they bring the real projects, real problems to solve at the institute. So what do Hochschule Fresenius has to provide to the students who graduates from Hochschule Fresenius in the industry tie-ups?
We have a career service department. These people that work there, their job is to build these partnerships in the industry. And then we can recommend these students. We, for example, have our own job portal where these companies can post vacant jobs. very interesting for companies because it's free of charge. If you post a vacant job in a normal job portal, it can be quite costly. So they're happy because they can target the right audience here, graduates from specific programs, and it's open to our students, right? So the competition is less because it's not a public portal. So again, here you can see this is what we do. One of our jobs is also to try to place the students later on into the job market. And that's what we do. And over 80% of our graduates actually find a job within 3 months or less after graduation.
That's really, really great. And do students can work during the studies?
Yes.
With the reference of university, or do
They don't even need the reference of the university. Every person that studies here in Germany and who has a student status is entitled to part-time work.
Yes, that
20 hours per week, and that can be in any field.
yes. And like my question was like, university provides reference for working part-time jobs during the graduation?
If that is necessary, one of the professors are probably happy to do so, yes.
Okay, that's perfect. And looking forward to the bachelor's program, university also provides bachelor's program, and that too an English taught program. Students do not need the language learning experience before, during the application and admission. So what kind of bachelor's program do we have?
We have the International Business Management Bachelor, for example. We have a computer science bachelor's degree. Next year, we are going to launch a bachelor in biomedicine, right?
That's really
So that's very interesting.
an English taught program.
An English taught program, yes. So different bachelors, we have them in the field of fashion and design as well. We have bachelors there. So we're constantly trying to increase our portfolio.
And also the university has a great grip in biopharma, medicine, biochemistry, biotechnology.
those are our roots.
Because of the founder.
Those are our roots. Carl Remigius Fresenius founded this university in 1848 in Wiesbaden. And and that evolved into what it is today, actually.
And they started with which program?
It was a chemical school, actually.
Yes.
So in the field of chemistry.
So from the roots, then this program. Perfect. And what requirements bachelor students should meet if after class 12th they want to study at the bachelor's program at Hochschule Fresenius?
Okay.
What are the requirements they should meet? And also, do Indian student need Studienkolleg to start their bachelor's program?
Well, here at Fresenius, you do not need the Studienkolleg. So it doesn't matter in which field you want to study, if it's tech-related or natural sciences. For these people, we have specific entry tests, right? It's an online test, which is free of charge. And if you pass that test, you can go directly into the bachelor. All you need is a high school leaving certificate from India, 12 years, passing grade, and that's it, right? If you want to go to a public university in Germany, they do not accept high school leavers from India for a direct entry. They're always required to do a preparatory year first, which is the so-called Studienkolleg. This is a program that we also offer within the University of Fresenius here. The duration is 1 year, and you have to pass it with an exam, and then you can be admitted into public or any other private university in Germany.
Entire Germany.
And well, yes, if you choose the German track,
Yes.
entire Germany. Our Studienkolleg is the Studienkolleg NRW, which is accredited here in this state. And officially, if you do the English track, you're entitled to enroll in all the universities that are in this state.
For example, Cologne.
Cologne, Aachen, Dortmund, Essen, I don't know, you name it. All the oddities. Bonn, yes, of course. Yeah. But Bonn has an excellence university.
Yes. Even the Frankfurt.
Frankfurt is the state of Hessen. That's different. But we've seen graduates, not many Studienkollegs offer these English tracks, right? That's why we've seen universities in other states accepting our students into their university.
Okay.
So although officially it's for
NRW, but yes, with the 2-semester mark sheets, they can even apply to the other parts of Germany, but it depends on the student and university. But they have started accepting that too. That's really, really great news. And also, we have the program for NRW Studienkolleg. So, will you, my viewers will also love to hear about that. the exact about Studienkolleg?
The Studienkolleg, we have an economic track, a medical track, a technical track, depending on where you want to study, what you want to study. So if you want to become a doctor in Germany, for example, you choose the medical track. You have to come with a B1 level of German because we bring you up to a C1 level of German by the end of your graduation. And then you can study in a German taught program. And medicine, for example, is taught at public universities in German, right?
Okay.
So if you want to pursue that path, you choose the medical path. Or if you want to go into biosciences, anything related to natural sciences, it's the M, the medical track. If you want to go into the field of engineering, for example, if you want to go to Aachen and study there an engineering program in German, for example, you also take that track.
Okay.
Right. And the English track opens the doors to all the e-courses. And then you don't need the German requirement. You need a B1 level of English to get admitted.
Okay. And also, like if a student who has done his class 12 from medicine, right? Like he's done class 12 with a subject like physics, chemistry, and biology. He wants to study medicine in Germany. So with above 50%, can he apply at your Studienkolleg? Okay, application is done here. So after the Studienkolleg is completed here at the NIW Studienkolleg in German taught, will he be able to apply to any university for any public university in Germany in German taught, or it is again restricted to this region only?
All the German taught tracks you can apply to any university in all of Germany, public or private.
Okay. So just they require is German A1, A2, B1 from India.
Correct.
So it is B1 requirement is during the admission application or for the visa application?
Well, it's for the admission application, actually, because we need to see some proof that the level is there in order to get admitted, right? Let's say you have a student who is currently completing the B1 level but doesn't have the certificate yet. In such cases, also, we're happy to issue a conditional offer.
Conditional offer.
That's not an issue, yeah. But what I do want to add here is that we do have a collaboration with a language school in Düsseldorf called IIK, one of the biggest language school providers here in Germany. If you have students who do not have the B1 level yet, start from zero and would prefer to have a full package, come to Germany.
Okay.
Learn German up to B1 in Düsseldorf.
Okay.
And then join into Fresenius, into the Studienkolleg is also an option, because not everyone wants to go to the Goethe Institute in India and study there. No, they'd rather have intensive courses already in Germany. And that is also not a problem. We can do that. And the good thing about the IIK is they have their own apartments. So if you sign up for that, you will also get an apartment from IIK in Düsseldorf. And then you can, it's an easy start, right?
You really made my day with this information.
But this is exactly the collaboration that we now have with IIK. And I think it's a very good opportunity for students to join easily that do not have that level yet.
Yes. I would even love to visit the language course, language program, if possible, language school, if possible.
This is a cooperation that's open to all our students. So if you're a master's student studying with us and you see, okay, I'm going to graduate in 6 months or whatever, and they feel that they need to increase their German knowledge to maybe have more opportunities in finding a job later on, they can book intensive courses in the lecture-free period with IIK. They can do weekend courses or anything like that. And with this partnership, all our students get a 10% discount from the IIK.
That's really, really great. And for master's students, if any student is applying for the master's, what exact bachelor's percentage Indian student need to take?
It needs to be a 50% pass.
50% and above, he's eligible for all the programs. It provided in Hochschule Fresenius.
Yes, that's generally correct. Some of our programs require previous knowledge in a specific field. If you want to study international engineering management with us, for example, you have to have previous knowledge in that field, right? So, I don't know, an engineering bachelor, for example, or if you want to study in a specific management course, you have to have a bachelor in management. You need to show that you have at least 60 credit points in the field of, I don't know, anything related to management.
Okay. And also, I have a query that Indian embassy, like German embassy in India, especially for the students who are looking forward to study any German taught program, okay, in Germany, either it is for Studienkolleg, either it is for Bachelors, or either it is for Masters.
Yeah.
So Indian Embassy has uh, made a requirement that student must pass out either A2 German or B1 German during the application of the German student visa. So can any Indian student purchase the full program of language institute like from A1, A2, B1, B2 or maybe C1 if he or she purchases the 5 level of the programs, and if he shows that receipt to the embassy in India, can he get the waiver of the requirement?
Yes.
Or do he still needs to pass the
No.
examination?
No. Students with zero knowledge in
Yes.
German can come and join the language school. It's two types of visas in the end. One is for a language school and one is for studying.
Yes.
Right? So the condition is that they come to Germany and they study the language. Once they reach the required B1 level, they can go into the university, into the Studienkolleg, for example. So what we do is the language school issues the admission letter for the language courses, and we issue a letter of acceptance based on the intake in the future when they reach that level, under the condition that they pass the language school with a B1 certificate. And then with these two letter of acceptances in hand,
He can apply.
they can also stay in Germany and start their studies. If you just come to Germany only with a language school visa, you cannot go into the university. You have to go back to your country and you have to apply again for a student visa. This is both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's really, really great. Yeah. Well, our students will love to join that programs. We were finding something like this since a long. Also, my dear sir, what budget? Because I'm really, I will love to let my viewers know that this Hochschule Fresenius, which is one of the most prestigious university of applied sciences, which any student can find in Germany, this university do not have any application charges.
No.
So that's really, really great. Only the thing Indian students need to take care is that the application deadlines are near. They are very limited seats, so just apply as early as possible. So they do not have any application charges, so that's really great. So my dear sir, what budget our Indian students should keep if they want to study their masters at Hochschule Fresenius for 1 year program or 2 year program?
A master's program, 2 year. The majority of our programs have a duration of 2 years. Costs roughly around 22,000 euros for the whole program.
2 years of program. And for 1.5 years of program?
The MBA 1.5 years cost 15,000 if I'm not mistaken.
And 1 year roughly between 10 to 12,000.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. And do university provides any additional scholarships, or these are the fixed tuition fees?
These are the fixed tuition fees. Yes, every now and then we do have scholarships that we offer. For example, when we had the Ukraine war, when it started, we were issuing 100%, a couple of 100% scholarships to Ukrainian refugees, for example. That's something that we did. Through our partners, every now and then we also issue some special scholarships based on the good relationship that we have that you can then pass on to your students. That can be, for example, a 15% discount on the tuition fee, for example.
For if they pay one time for the single year?
No, there's no condition. It's in the end, it needs to be a good student. Scholarships are always tied to something, right? Good grades or getting involved in something social, or it really depends, right? What we have for every student, we always have an early bird discount, right? So
€500, I guess.
It's we waive the registration fee, which is currently
3,000 euros.
I think it's 700 euros, the registration fee.
Yeah.
Like to be enrolled. If you pay the deposit within 4 weeks' time after receiving the
offer letter,
then we can waive that for us.
Okay. So any student who is looking forward to study their masters here, so if the tuition fees is 22,000 euros, okay, for the 2 years of program, so 1 year it is 11,000 euros. So out of 11,000 euros, the deposit that he needs to make is 3,000 euros, right?
That's the initial deposit
that
is required to secure the seat. And it will be offset from the tuition fee.
So from 11,000 euros minus 3,000 euros. So rest of the time he just needs to pay 8,000 euros for completing the program.
We always charge our tuition fee on a monthly basis.
Okay.
Right? That is how our contract is set up, and this is for all the students the same. If it's EU or non-EU, it doesn't make a difference.
So
Everybody pays on a monthly basis the tuition fee. In India, we have the situation that the embassy requires an upfront payment of 2 semesters, right? So you need to pay that in order to get the visa. So that money is then here. We confirm that we received the payment so that the visa can be issued. And then they pay for the first 2 semesters. They're not charged because the money is already there.
Okay, perfect. And what are the tuition fees for the students who are looking forward to study their bachelors over here?
It's around 34,000 euros roughly.
For the
It
entire
depends on, yes, for the entire 3-year or 3.5-year bachelor, it depends. In AMD, for example, some programs are 3.5 years. Those are also maybe slightly cheaper, but that's roughly the price that we have.
Okay. And for Studienkolleg, how much student did you
It's
say?
12,000 euros for the full year,
Okay.
including that includes the registration, exam fees, etc. What I do want to mention concerning the Studienkolleg is you will find a lot of Studienkollegs in Germany that offer the preparation,
Yeah.
but they're not allowed to take the exam.
Examination, yes.
So the teachers that we have who teach here, they will also conduct the exam. They will grade the exam. And that's a big difference. And that's
Yep.
why we have a very high passing grade with our students, because the teachers know how to prepare the student
Yes.
properly.
Because I have also seen many student colleagues before also. So when I go through the reviews or when I see previous students who are not able to clear the student colleagues, the only thing that we have in the discussion is they always say that, sir, the student colleague where we are, we feel that the tutors, mentors do not have the entire grip that they can prepare us at how we can clear the FSP or the Aufnahme, or yes, the FSP and get into the bachelor's
The
program.
FSP is the Feststellungsprüfung. This is the final exam
Final
that they
examination
have
of
to
the
take.
student.
Exactly. And yes, they cannot prepare them so well because they don't know what questions will be asked in the test. It's as simple as that.
So that's the major problem of all the Indian students.
This is the advantage that we have here at Fresenius.
That Fresenius mentors are so good, they know how to clear your FSP examination so that student will never face any single problem during writing the FSP examinations.
It's a quality insurance that we have because we are a state accredited Studienkolleg program. That's the difference. You'll have a lot of providers that do not have the state accreditation.
Okay. So now 2 important questions for you. To all the Indian students, what will you recommend? So after 12th, if they want to study in Germany, they are eligible for both the programs. First is T-Course Studienkolleg in English taught, and also the Bachelors in Computer Science, Bachelors in International Business, and even in future you are biomedicine. You will be providing that in English taught.
Yes,
right, in future. So what do you recommend? If students should join the English taught Studienkolleg, or should they join the Bachelors in English taught directly?
It really depends on where they see their future, I must say. That is a choice that they have to make. A University of Applied Science is more of a practice-oriented teaching, right? The teachers that we have, the professors that we have, they usually still are in the industry, still in the business. They do a lot of case studies. So they talk a lot about current topics. It's less research. We do a lot of excursions, for example, right? So it's something that I think future employers are looking for. People with this hands-on mentality, people who can already start working immediately. If you want to go more into the field of research, for example, if you want to do your PhD or anything like that, then you're recommended to go to a public university. And if you want to go to a public university, you definitely need the Studienkolleg to be admitted.
Okay. So if anyone is looking confused where either TU or FH is better for them, then again they can do this Studienkolleg and they can go.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there's one big difference between the private institutions in Germany, which usually are University of Applied Sciences, and the public ones, is that the private ones offer a lot more support for the students. If you think about the international office, the career service department, the international admission team, it already starts by the time when you apply.
Yes.
you will see that there's a lot more support from the private institutions.
Yes, definitely.
And the public ones, it takes sometimes
Long-
very long
Very long time.
to get a reply.
Student needs a lot of patience.
Yeah, not with us. We can be very quick. So
Quick and
our
rapid.
our goal is to give a reply within 48 hours after we receive.
So
the
I would really love to add that anytime my student has ever made to Hochschule Fresenius team, or even we need any support from the team, we have received the reply within 6 hours, most of the times. So sometimes the replies even in single hour also. Okay, from this institute. And that is the only reason that we really, really love the support that we are getting.
It shows that the admissions team is very dedicated and they're doing a fantastic job.
Definitely. And my dear sir, one more interesting question, that if a student comes over here for the bachelor's program in English taught, if he does his 2 semester studies and directly in the bachelor's, okay, and the rest of the studies, if he wants to switch to any public university in Germany, can he do or he can't do? And also, will the 2 semester that he has studied, will the credit are accredited in such way that he can get to direct public uni bachelor's program for the second year or not?
That I don't know. I'll be very honest. That really depends on the program and how closely the curriculum matches.
Yes.
And it's in the end,
University.
you have the university, the student has a contract with the private university, right? They can cancel the contract at the end of the first semester or the second semester. I mean, we don't like to see that, right? Because we want students to make a decision. This should not be the gateway to a public institution. That's not the customers, the students that we are looking for. But generally, it is possible. You just have to see if the foreign authorities would like that, because you get your visas based on Hochschule Fresenius, and if you then decide to change, it might be possible, but I would not recommend
it. Okay, perfect. And what advice you will love to give Indian students who will be applying for Studienkolleg, Bachelors and Masters? What would you love to tell them?
Put a lot of thought into where you see yourself in the future. Make the right choice. Choose a program that fits your talents, that you would enjoy doing. Make the most of your time when you're in Germany. That's really important. Europe is small.
Yes.
So travel around, visit France, the Netherlands. Everything is very close by.
Or just visit all the 8 campuses of Hochschule.
That's something we can organize. That's not a problem. And my strong advice is get accustomed to the culture, make German friends, watch German television, because that's really helpful in learning the language.
That's it.
And
I'll also love to ask, because we belong from India. In India, the bond that parents and children has, it's very, very deep, because the kids have passed out every single year in front of the parents. So every parent has a single doubt that when student will come to Germany, will university will support or guide for the pick drop, accommodation, city registration, bank account opening, unblocking the blocked account.
yes, and all that we can support. The only thing that we cannot do is we won't be able to offer accommodation, because the university doesn't have dorms that we can simply rent out, at least not now. In the future, it's something that we will be considering, depending on the campus. But we will offer service in terms of, how do I find an apartment in Germany? Which platforms do I use? What do I need to pay attention to so that I don't get cheated, for example?
Yes, definitely.
This is all something that the international office does within the onboarding of the student.
Also, we have a program named Buddy Program provided by Hochschule.
We have a buddy program, which I think is very excellent. And my advice again here is, this is something you should definitely sign up for, no matter if you want to do a bachelor or a master here. We will hook you up, a fresher student with an existing student that is studying at your chosen campus, and this person will guide you from day one onwards.
For the pick, drop, accommodation, for how to find an accommodation, guidance, and everything.
It's a buddy in the end, right? So especially in showing you around the campus, explaining to you how does the system work with your schedule and all these things. Introduce you to his or her friends, introduce you to the community. So it's an easy start.
I would love to tell. So today, Mr. Jens, where our buddy, he introduced us to the campus, he introduced us to everything.
That is
here in the Cologne. So we met our new buddy. But we didn't sign up for the program.
No, but next time when I come to India, you will be my buddy and you will show me around.
Yeah, definitely. That will be our duty and we'll love to do that.
That's great.
And also, my dear sir, the query that what Indian student needs to pay for the buddy program.
Nothing. It's free of charge.
It's free of just,
Yes.
it's inclusive with the
This is the service that we provide, and there's a lot more services that we provide which are free of charge. If you want to apply for a job here, for example, the international that's the job department, so to speak, will offer training on negotiation skills, salary negotiation skills. How do I set up my CV? What's important in Germany? And all these extra courses, they're all free of charge. So that's what is important to us. Not only offering state-accredited, super good programs at wonderful locations, but also additional services to help the students be successful in Germany. That's just as important.
Okay. And what do you think? What are the most impactful programs that Hochschule Fresenius has overall, either in bachelor's or in master's?
Well, you always have to look at the current job market in Germany. Where is there a high demand, for example? Impactful, they could all be. From an academic point of view, they're all very, very good. But I can tell you that currently in the IT sector in Germany, there's a very high demand for skilled people. And I think it's a lot easier to find a job if you study IT than if you study a different quota. That's the way it is.
And can you elaborate more on the most impactful program, which is the program by SAP? So
that is impactful in terms of how we created this program. It's a very specific program that we developed together with SAP University Alliance. We offer it in the Heidelberg campus, and the SAP headquarters is also in Heidelberg. So it's very close to the industry, this program. So it's a very specific program, and you will have great job opportunities there, because if you look at SAP, how big this company is worldwide, and if you just do a Google search on vacant jobs in the field, you will find thousands of results, right? So again, here, I mean, you never have a job guarantee, but the chances are so good. Yeah?
Yes, and SAP can also recruit.
SAP will recruit our graduates because these students are actually tailor-made for
tailor-made. Yes. Yeah. So it's like the complete real-life project. They will be studying. They'll be studying according to the syllabus. The syllabus will be decided in such way what SAP requires.
Yes, it's this. As I said, it was developed together with SAP, and I think we're the only university that actually provides access to all the tools that SAP has, and this is again free of charge. So we're giving our students access to all these development tools, etc. So HANA, for example, is you're going to name, they know how to use that then at the end of their studies.
And what will be the tuition for this program?
The tuition is the same for this program as for all our other 2-year programs.
Okay, perfect. So, and any advice you would love to give what students should take care during the application?
Well, during the application, it is always good to have all your documents ready.
Yeah.
And that's where you will help, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Exactly. So that when you send out the application, you will get a link to the upload area where you can then provide all the documents. And if everything is complete, we can be very quick in processing everything. Like I said, within 48 hours, and then you'll get an invitation to the admission interview. Again, here, don't wait. Let's say you apply now for next winter. Yeah, okay, but book a slot the earliest that is possible for you so that you don't lose time, right? And like I said, for the natural sciences programs, seats fill up very, very quickly. So the quicker you are, the more chances you have of getting a seat.
Okay. And here, I would love to sign up over here. And I will be really, so first of all, that was really great time with you, Mr. Yan.
Thanks for being
the
here.
information that I got from you was very helpful.
My pleasure.
And I can tell you that we'll be definitely having many students from India, especially from our agency, INDO-GERMAN Education, too, here at Hochschule Fresenius.
I look forward to that.
Definitely. And
so much.
I'm looking forward to the great support that we'll be receiving from your end.
You will